Alright, I got a news article on Werner. It says Werner launches final mile delivery division. Talk about that in a minute. I got a feeling on this one, and we'll talk about it. I'll read the article and then kind of get some speculation on it. We'll see if I can find any other information on it, but it's on one of my news channels, CCJ. So I'm going to see what I can find out on this a little bit more, because it just really talks about this and about they're going to have lift gates and basically doing residential delivery. So we'll talk more about this in a minute. Okay, y'all should be able to see me okay. Alright, so as you saw in the beginning, I have a clip on there about Werner, and they're doing a final mile. I found a couple of articles on it. So I'm going to read the one from CCJ News, which I'm subscribed to. And it basically says, Werner launched a final mile division for delivery of large and heavy items. Werner Final Mile will use 2 uniformed workers operating a lift-gated straight truck to deliver these items to residential and business locations across the U.S. The company says Werner adds that delivery teams will operate out of nearly 200 locations. With our customers' rapid growth in the e-commerce market, we continue to adapt our services and technology to meet and exceed their expectations, said Werner COO Marty Nordland. Our significant investment in technology and network development make Werner Final Mile services another key element in our comprehensive logistics portfolio. And then I just saw this under truckinginfo.com. The rising tide of, looks like there's other companies besides Werner, but it says the rising tide of e-commerce has prompted Omaha, Nebraska-based Werner Enterprises to launch Werner Final Mile, a logistics solution that will primarily deliver large or heavy items using 2 uniformed associates operating a straight truck with the lift gate. Werner Final Mile will provide nationwide delivery and related services to residential and business locations using Werner's network of delivery teams operating from nearly 200 locations. Customers will be able to have complete visibility into a delivery from order registration to proof of delivery. The company's software platform was developed to allow for fully automated high-end e-commerce delivery of products with white glove home and business deliveries, including returns and exchanges. Werner's joins carriers such as XPO Logistics, A. Dewey Pyle, and Schneider that have gotten into the last mile delivery business. With our customers' rapid growth in the e-commerce market, we continue to adapt our services and technology to meet and exceed their expectations, said Marty Nordland, Chief Operating Officer. Our significant investment in technology and network development make Werner Final Mile services another key element in our comprehensive logistics portfolio. Alright, you guys should be able to see me okay. Alright, so I wanted to look up a little bit of information on what Final Mile is. Also, it's known as Last Mile. I'm going to put a video up here in a minute that actually is called Final Mile Logistics. They're a company that actually does, I guess they set up the software that helps transportation companies with the Final Mile. So if you're in trucking, what we do is we normally pick up from a shipper, like a warehouse, and we deliver to a shipper, which is usually a warehouse. Not oftentimes, I mean, sometimes we deliver to the businesses, and then they unload the product. But sometimes we're just delivering to kind of a middleman, and they'll get the product, and then from there, they have their own final mile delivery services that break the product up and deliver it to stores and so forth and so on. Oftentimes, that's what a lot of less than truckload carriers do. So, when you have like Saya, Conway, which was their local division, also now known as XPO, and there's other LTL companies out there. Those companies usually do a smaller scale of product that they're going to take to the customer, to the store, to the business, because they're not the big truck. So what's happening now, and I really believe that Amazon and companies like that have kind of sparked this, plus the internet. Really, e-commerce has sparked this to where you can order. You don't have to go to a big box store to do stuff. You can order what you want online. But I'm going to have the definition up, or it should have went up right before this video, of what last mile or final delivery is. And it is a term used in supply chain management and transportation planning to describe the movement of people and or goods from a transportation hub to a final destination in the home. So I'm going to say in the home or in the business. So opposed to maybe you're stopping at a warehouse that you drop this off and then it gets broken down and goes in their trucks or an LTL truck. Now the original shipper is saying we're going to carry it from point A all the way to the end. And so that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that works. But I'm also wondering if a lot of these companies are getting this to compete for business, like Amazon and Walmart, who are now doing a lot of e-delivery. We'll see. Anyway, you guys got any thoughts on it, or if you're working in the industry, put your comments below.
You know that no logistics challenge is the same as the next. And at Final Mile Logistics, we get it. We innovate. We solve. We deliver. First, Final Mile Logistics brings visibility to all your shipments. You know where your cargo is at all times, and we give you access to every touch point in your supply chain. You get status updates on our website at every step of the way, and real-time GPS tracking when your shipments are in transit. Minimize your risk and stay accountable for your most sensitive materials. Next, we bring you a tremendous range of capability because Final Mile Logistics has no boundaries. We give you access to far-reaching destinations and meet the most challenging requirements. We take your business contracts and statement of work and put it all together, creating operation procedures that are fully customized with your needs. All of this is executed with unparalleled customer service. So you can rest easy, knowing your shipments are getting here to there, while we do all the hard work for you. And lastly, Final Mile Logistics excels in government and defense. We focus on this sector exclusively, and all of our staff come with a deep knowledge, along with years of experience. We make dealing with challenges and regulations easy, and you get access to technology and processes that are specifically designed for your industry. Between bringing you visibility, a huge range in capability, and our expertise in government and defense, you need Final Mile Logistics. Final Mile Logistics. Talk to a specialist today.
Alright guys, you see the duffel bag over there, all the Ziplocs on the floor. Notice the medical equipment is gone. And we're packing up. I got all that junk on the floor to go through. I'm packing up, getting ready to go. We'll talk about that more in a minute. I'm going to do some news for you here in a second. And I'll do a video on this. Guys, I'm just going to add something, and I'm just going to use the webcam off the computer. I'm going to start adding to the Trucker Dog channel and maybe even to the other channel I have, Revelation Life, and I'll put that other channel on here. That's more of a Christian-based channel. I'm going to start adding maybe videos that I see or YouTube channel information for other people. Mainly I used to do it with my old YouTube channel for people who were like artists or musicians, and I have one guy I just recently was introduced to through Facebook. I have one of my Facebook contacts that I know, we used to do a collab channel together. She lives in Detroit, Michigan, and I'm real weird about new music. Being 48, a lot of the new stuff that's out, I really hate. I just honestly, I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I was around during the days when hip hop was your real game. And my musical taste is a huge range. I like everything. More would be jazz, probably what I'd be listening to more kind of now, but I like pop. Just so you get a little background, my favorite artist is George Michael. All-time favorite artist. Totally. Love George Michael, Wham, all of that. That was like my #1 artist. I was totally depressed when he died. Cancer, I'm a Cancer. Birthdays, right? Our birthdays were like, his was the day before, day after mine. I mean, I followed his entire career. Just a huge George Michael fan. And then I have jazz. Jazz is another thing. Vocal jazz, like Chuck and Patty and Patty Austin, Al Jarreau, George Benson, who lives here in Arizona, and I've seen them live. Kim Waters.
Marion Meadows. I like jazz artists, and so I'll put that on there. But I've also found some really interesting artists on here as far as music, and also art. So I kind of have a I have an eclectic taste. Even though I like to drive a truck, I have a weird taste. I'm kind of what do they call this? Eccentric. Eccentric. I probably would be considered eccentric. I'm odd. I like some odd things. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. So I like those things. So I'm gonna post some stuff on here. Um, the gentleman that I'm probably gonna post on here is a guy named it's Pierre Anthony, and I've got a video of his I'm gonna put at the end, but I'm also gonna play his music in the beginning, which you may have heard. And he is a newer artist, but he's got, in my opinion, a kind of an old school R&B and a little bit of hip hop sound, and he's bridged a little bit of the new hip hop, which I'm not a big fan, but I like the way he did the blend. Um, so I'm gonna put that on here. Um, like I said, not a lot of new stuff. A few new artists. I like what's his name, Jadena, whatever his name is. I like him. He took a blend of reggae and R&B and kind of mixed that together. I like that. But everything. I mean, I like country. I listen to opera. I mean, classical, new age jazz. I like lounge. I've been really big into lounge music lately. When we lounge, it's sometimes electronic or keyboards. Um, it's that's kind of what I call lounge. Like you would go sit down at a lounge and sit with a friend, have a cocktail, and chill. And they're just playing an easy listening kind of a mix between jazz and fusion and electronic music and just something relaxing. I like alternative stuff, some alternative artists. So yeah, I have a big diverse. But if I find artists that I've seen on here and they're virtually unknown, I like to kind of tag them on here. It's not that I have a huge following, but it's something I enjoy to do, and it's something that's why I vlog because it's something I like to do. So anyway, I see I've cut my hair. Um, Hopefully I'll be back on the truck Monday or Tuesday. I gotten all the final releases from the doctor. I guess the safety department needed another form filled out, so we did that, and the doctor got that to send it over yesterday, Friday. So then I got a copy of it to make sure that my driver coordinator has it. And it looks like I just have to finish out the 32 hours and then hopefully test out. So I'm packing the room right now. Y'all can see I'm sitting this way. So I'm packing the room right now and getting that done. Anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Saturday, this is gonna be on the news, one of the news feeds I'm gonna do, and then I'm also gonna start doing something which I mentioned called wisdom. And the wisdom one, I've been trying to kind of put it in context on how I want to use it. I, I know there's a lot of entertaining trucking channels. That's probably not going to be my channel. I'll be honest. If that's what you're looking for, then I'm not that truck driver. I'm just not. I'm more serious about some things. I mean, I do have a sense of humor, but some stuff I find funny, and some stuff I just found straight foolishness. But I think it's an age thing for me too. But there's just what I'm going to be sharing with you what I'm looking at for me. Um, what I'm looking at in conjunction with um, setting up my business to do a lease purchase, or to go that route. How I'm going about setting up my business, talking about maybe some of my financial things, because right now I'm doing a Chapter 7, I'll be honest, to clean off old debt from when the market crashed that I never did clean off. That's like my first goal coming back into trucking. So as soon as I get back on the truck and get on my own, I got to pay my lawyer off the rest of the money. And then I schedule coming back home here to Arizona. And I want to go stand before the judge and get all that wiped out and it's gone. So that's the goal. And then from there, my next goal is I don't have a car right now. So I'm probably going to buy just a little used car. I don't know if we'll do. I think I'm gonna do like a used. I've been looking at like the Ford Taurus wagon, something like that. They're about 2,500 to $4,000, something just inexpensive that I can leave on the yard here in Arizona. And then later on, I want to buy a truck. I really want a newer truck, but I might get an older truck initially. And then I'm looking to buy property in a small town in Texas. I'm not gonna talk about what town it is. But they allow you to legally build your house, small homes, and I just want my house somewhere between 500 and 1,000 square feet. So I'm doing what's called most likely an arch cabin kit. There is one other one that I did like that came from a facility in Rockwall, Texas. If I had somebody who actually could build for me a tiny house with the criterion that I want, that's what I would do. I just have it built from scratch. But in that part of Texas, because it's just outside of Lubbock, um, I hate to say I didn't, the quality of people as far as their work ethic, I call it lazy Lubbock. That's my name for Lubbock. I'm sorry. So I would have to pull from either Lubbock or Amarillo, and I don't know what Amarillo's work ethic is for their people. But I worked at Wells Fargo in Lubbock, and they had built a brand new facility, and the stuff that was falling apart from the people they hired there in Lubbock to build that facility was just ridiculous. I mean, you'd walk up on a concrete step, and it was rocking back and forth, and I'm like, who builds this? But I found that the businesses down there, unfortunately, it's just kind of the mindset of the people. It's a slow country town, and they just gonna do what they're gonna do. They don't really care about anything, being done right. It's just, let's do it the best we can and call it a day. And I'm gonna go home and sit in my recliner. It's just how they are. And love some of the people, lovely people, but lazy Lubbock, man. It was the laziest group of folks I've ever seen. So that was one of the things that kind of irritated me. But that's my father's very much the same way. And everybody owns a recliner. I like recliners too, but I mean, yeah, it's like a staple in the house. But anyway, so making fun of the Lubbock folks. If you're from Lubbock, I'm sorry. That's my viewpoint. But I'm going to a small town, so what I'm going to do is there's a company called Arch Cabins, and I found out about them through, I think it's Dirt Patch Heaven, and I think she's here in Arizona, but she goes around to different places and looks at small, like tiny homes and stuff, cabins, because they're looking at doing, I guess, some kind of their homesteading process, and that was part of what her channel does. And she went to a place, and this couple and some friends built these arch cabins on some property. I forgot where they were at, somewhere on the East Coast. And I was like, this is cool. And it basically is, for those of you who are around my age range, if you remember Gomer Pyle, MD, or Gomer Pyle, the Marine or whatever, and those, they call them Quonset huts. They kind of go like, like this. And it's like almost like they were using them for cabins, but people are actually taking them and making them into their homes. They're steel frame and steel beams. Pretty much will come out. You can either have the kit sent and have someone put it up for you, or put it up yourself, or they will come out and put it up. And I'm going to go with them coming out and doing it. So I've got to buy my dirt out there, and I could probably get the land where I'm looking at. 0.73 acres, around $5,000. However, it looks like the whole block is available, which would equal about just under 4 acres. And I would like the whole block. So I'm figuring that's about 20 grand, which is really a drop in the bucket. So I'm going to try to buy the dirt, and then I'll be rolling and just keep saving up for the property and some other stuff. So the Wisdom channel is gonna just take you through what my planning goals are, how I'm achieving those goals. So this trucking channel is gonna also include just some of my personal steps on what I'm doing with my money. And I'm also gonna do a video because I've seen now I've got a lot of new people that are either in trucking school that are watching and asking questions, but coming into the industry, and like I said, I see, and I didn't mean this to be this long, I see a lot of foolishness, and and some of it's for fun, and I see a lot of things that people are telling you, oh yeah, you're gonna make $5,000. You could a week, but how you get there is a whole nother story, and it really depends on you. It depends on, I call it the trucking stamina, and that's something I used to tell my students. One of the things I learned when you come out here, you have to build a stamina to drive. You're driving for 10 to 11 hours, and you're up for possibly sometimes a 14-hour day. So you then have to go to sleep and then get back up and go get back under a load and get it where it's going. That takes stamina, and it takes a little bit to build, and not everybody builds that right away. And that is what's going to determine how much money you make, but that's also how the companies, they put stuff out there to see how you're going to do with the loads, and that determines kind of the loads you get. So there's a lot of, it's an underlying, like I said, it's a game and a psychology to what they do. And if you don't know the game, you're at a detriment. So you got all these people telling you how you're making all this money, but they're not telling you the underlying game of it. And it took me 3 years to just figure out the little bit of the game that I figured out. There's probably so much more to the trucking game. Me and my father were on a call just talking about me and this dang release form, and I was like, I got another piece of paper I got to have filled out, and they should have had this to me on Friday. I could have had this done. But again, it is part of it is just unorganization because of the type of industry it is. And I think where they pull some of the people in their offices from. And sometimes it's just too big. And usually it's a trucker who started it. And I'm not knocking truckers and saying they're not intelligent. They have their own business sense. But you're dealing with different aspects of business. So you can go to companies like that I've worked for that are very organized, like a Schwab. And then you can go to certain banks that are very organized. I've worked for banks that ain't organized. I've worked for that too. You have companies that are very organized. You have some that aren't. I worked in healthcare with companies that are extremely well organized. And other companies, you're like, how in the hell are you still in business? Because internally and externally, your stuff is just horrible. So it's some of that and how to wade through that, how to tolerate that, how to also understand psychologically when you need breaks. There was probably more I would have tolerated in my early part of trucking. Having the wisdom I have today that I couldn't tolerate then. But with the wisdom I have today, I think I know how to work things to my advantage. And that's another thing. You really, really, really have to learn to what you're going to tolerate and what you're going to work to your advantage. And you also have to have an end game. That's to me is a big one because there's a lot of people in this industry that do not have an end game. So this might end up being 2 videos. I might try to make it work. Anyway, guys, peace. And I'm supposed to be going out and hanging with my friend the Joe. And we're going to go and probably go have some pizza and go to a wine bar and just chill out because it's my last probably weekend here in Phoenix before I'm back over the road. And then I should only have to do 32 hours, which is like 3.5 days. So 4 days with one of these trainer mentor people. And I'm praying to God it's not like this last idiot I had. So anyway, y'all be blessed. Be safe out there. What's my saying? Enjoy your ride. Never let people take you on their rides. Be blessed.
I used to think hard about my peeps in the street. Now I think hard about saving AP. Now I know everyone ain't know like me, waiting for the chance to take advantage of me. Now I realize I gotta put in some work, cause deep down inside of my heart I'm hurt. I don't wanna go home and end up getting murked, because I hit the streets doing the same old dirt. But what is there to change if I don't change my mind? Nothing, I'ma just be doing some more time for nothing. And I ain't about to go out here and grind for nothing. I know the Lord ain't opened up my eyes for nothing. All the girls I used to bump and grind, it was nothing. All the guys I used to buy dimes from was nothing. Now I can finally see that I gotta live this life for me. The only one who can change his life is me. The only one who can make it right is me. The only one who can live his life is me. So I gotta get my shit right for me. The only one who can change my life is me. The only one who can make it right is me. Only one who can live this life is me. So I gotta get my shit right for me. Yeah. Let's get it.
See, music got this power hold on me. Yeah. And that's why I'm consistent with this heat. Yeah. She's everything I want, what I need. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's my therapy. She's Listen, if it wasn't for the music, I wouldn't be one of the most fluent. That brainstorm for fun to become a rapper's influence. I'm just trying to maintain, it ain't necessary to prove it. I'm just showing these rappers how to do it. See, music is my Buddhist. That's why I'm always dropping some new hits with no edit needed. I ain't trying to hear a 2 cent. Am I getting on your nerves yet? Good. I'm a nuisance that can care less about a blueprint. I'm drawing my own, and history is present tense. I ain't gotta even say or locate my residence. That's how